Sup y'all, it's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the artifact weapon for Arms Warriors and also the quest line that's associated with getting it. Now it starts over here in Dalaran. You talk to this guy Javi. After you talk to him, you make your, well first you gotta make your way over this fence, but after you get over the fence, you go over to Krasus's Landing, you get on this dragon, really cool looking dragon. It's going to be Mountain Legion, by the way. He's going to take you down to the Broken Shore. You're joined with some Vicryl and you have to fight off some Legion reinforcements. Now this part is very, well, it's not very similar. It's identical to the Fury Warrior and Protection Warrior artifact weapon quest lines, and where they actually begin to diverge is whenever you talk to Odin in the Halls of Valor. So if you guys pretty much know what happens here, you can just skip ahead to that, but I did want to include a little bit of footage here for anybody that hasn't seen it, and also just a little bit of Arms Warrior gameplay so you guys can kind of see what we're really looking at in the Legion right now. Obviously, I'm pretty sure a lot of this stuff is going to change since it's still an alpha, but I figured I'd show you guys anyway. So, Arms Warriors are doing pretty well. I don't really like that the only way that you can generate rage is through auto attacks, and I also don't really like the RNG associated with proccing Colossus Smashes. Colossus Smash has been kind of like redesigned, and it no longer reduces armor. It just increases damage that you deal to your target. Then you go to this Pit Lord, you have to kill him, but big surprise. Has there ever been a time in the game where you fight a Pit Lord that you don't have to kill? Anyway, so you go and you kill him, and somehow he kills you at the same time. I'm not really sure how that works. And then this Valkyr Danica the Reclaimer resurrects you and takes you up to the Halls of Valor. I've always really liked Norse mythology, so this is always really cool for me to do. It's awesome that this is going to be the warrior, like class hall. It's really cool. So anyway, you talk to her, and then you have to go and talk to Odin. After you talk to Odin, who's like the leader here, you get your little thing that takes you over to the Halls of Valor whenever you want to, and then you have to decide which weapon you're going to pick. Obviously, since this is an Arms Warrior video, it's going to be Strom'kar, the Warbreaker, and this is actually wielded by the first king of Arathor. Arathor was like probably the first actual human tribe that all the tribes that kind of banded together and created the nation of Arathor. I really kind of liked the quest line. Obviously, I think a lot of people really wanted to get like Broxigar's axe or Charlemagne, which is Varian's weapon, but this is definitely I enjoyed doing the quest line, especially because there's a lot of lore associated with it that I was really looking forward to doing. Particularly, so then after I'll explain real quick. So then you talk to Danica again, or one of them there, and they're going to port you down to Tirisfal Glades. Now, Tirisfal Glades is basically Tyr is, I believe, one of the Titans in like Warcraft lore, and Tyr died here or is buried here, or something similar to that. And there's always been talk of a mysterious dark force underneath Tirisfal, and so this this artifact weapon kind of the quest line for it kind of explores that a little bit more, and it was something that I was pretty excited in doing. Thorain is Thoradin. I'm not really sure. I think it's Thoradin. Was the first king of Arathor, and Strom'kar is his weapon. And so anyway, you have to rescue him. I guess they resurrected his ghost because basically I guess his spirit was never really allowed to pass on. Because I don't think he entirely killed this weird tentacle, you guys saw tentacle boys in the last episode. You're about to see a lot more of them too, or last video, not really last episode anyway. So you talk to this guy, you can talk to him, and one thing I really do like about this right here is you can talk to him, and there are a couple of little things that you can ask him about here, and I really like that because it kind of allows people who want to kind of explore more of the lore and see kind of what really happened here and everything else like that. I thought this was a really cool thing. So after I went through all of those little things, you can go down this little tunnel, or not little tunnel, I don't know really what it is. So the underwater passage, let's call it that. So you go through the underwater passage, and this is going to take you into this, I think it's called a vestibule of the Silver Hand. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. I don't really know why the Silver Hand is under Tirisfal though. I honestly have no idea about that, so I might actually start, I might look that up on Wowhead or something like that after this. So here you guys are going to see a little bit more of the Arms Warrior gameplay here, and Arms Warriors, it seems like they're very, very strong right now in terms of consistent strong AoE, and especially if that AoE is coupled with a primary target, that's going to allow the Arms Warrior to keep Colossus Smash on that primary target at all times, as well as being able to refresh Colossus Smash as much as possible, because every single time you do a whirlwind, each time the whirlwind hits, and it has a 20% chance to reset the cooldown on Colossus Smash, and Colossus Smash is very, very powerful now, and it's also one of the only abilities that you have now that doesn't cost any rage. Even Overpower as a talent does actually cost rage as well. So you make your way into this little throne room. I'm not really sure. I guess it's a tomb, actually. And so then you have to interrupt these tentacles and kill the tentacles. This isn't really too big of a deal, but I actually didn't know what to do here for a second. So anyway, after you go ahead and you kill all the tentacles here, and again, like I was actually very, very excited to do this because I've been hearing about this, this evil force under Tirisfal for many years now. So anyway, on top of the crypt, there's like there's a big old tentacle boy. I told you guys are in here, and so then you got to kill him. Now all of these mobs and everything, this is very, very easy to do. It's not like anything in here is really going to kill you unless you're I don't know, like you've got to have like a severe disability to have a problem with doing this. But anyway, you go ahead and just kill this guy. And again, like this might give you guys a little bit of show you guys a little bit. I guess since I was like able to whirlwind all of those mobs and then kill them, that was able to reset Colossus Smash, and then so I could apply it to the big guy there again. And then I could always keep Colossus Smash up. And then if I wanted to do it again, I could have done it again with the ads. So Arms Warriors in very small niches are extremely powerful, and so I'm really kind of looking to see like how they're going to function, especially in like PvP. Like I would assume that in like large scale PvP, Arms Warriors could be gods. So I'm very looking forward to doing that as soon as I can in this. In the alpha. But anyway, so then after you go ahead, you kind of go farther down the crypt. Now you have to fight this guy right here. He turns into like 3 other guys, and I didn't want to show you guys, so he just basically died, alright? So anyway, after that, he unlocks this little gate, and you're able to go a little bit farther down into the crypt, and this is where Zakajaz... I mean, like, am I pronouncing that right? Who the fuck knows? But anyway, it says, "There lies my final battle. Already Zakajaz struggles for consciousness. It knows we are here. You must hurry." So, since this is like kind of like one of the faceless ones, death is not necessarily part of like their life cycle. So, while that mob is dead right now, kind of, death is kind of just like they're basically into a deep sleep. And so anyway, it's kind of like the what is dead may never die, I guess like an analogy. But anyway, Thoradin stabbed his sword into this guy right here, and then he basically died in battle with this, I believe. And so then now you have to basically kill this giant tentacle boy, and he's got lobster hands too. I gotta think of a new name for this guy actually, or these types of mobs. So anyway, again, I'll show you guys a little bit more of the Arms Warrior gameplay here. Now I'm playing like this spec here, or like all the talents that I put together, really kind of I think fit well as like a single target spec, and obviously I do a Bladestorm, but the other in Bladestorm thing, there's also like Rend, and there's the last thing I want to fucking use is Rend. So anyway, you guys see right here, Execute is extremely strong. It's by far one of the strongest abilities that you have. And so nothing really has changed there, but I do hope that it's not really as like ridiculously overpowered as it is in Mists of Pandaria right now, so they can buff other abilities so we can have more sustained damage, you know, like above 20%. So anyway, then you have to pick up the sword. I had no idea where to fucking pick it up, but there it is right there. Strom'kar, the World Breaker. There it is. And so anyway, the ability that it doesn't really do anything like super amazing, but it is pretty cool. There it is, and it does look pretty nice. I liked it a lot. And so anyway, then you pretty much have to use that little extra action button in the middle of your screen to finish off the Zakajar or whatever. Now, I don't even know, like, does this really kill him or not? I honestly have no idea. But anyway, so you kill him. I was honestly expecting to fight like tentacles of like another old god or something like that, and I was a little bit disappointed that it was only something like this, but maybe it could just be a precursor to something that we'll be interacting with later on in the expansion. Well, I hope it will be. So anyway, after that, he basically, the king here, since he's dead, right? So what the fuck is he going to do with the sword? But on top of that, he's like, you can take the sword, and then what you have to do is you go back to the Halls of Valor and pretty much finish everything up. Now, the special ability with the sword, I would show you guys what it is, but it basically, I don't think the animation is entirely complete, and it's pretty much lackluster anyway. So there it is, a Sword of Kings. That's me, by the way, I'm the king. And then there's another chosen champion, by the way, right next to me. The one chosen champion. And then you go and you talk to Odin, and this is basically the same as all of the other ones as well, where you have to go talk with the Forge Master, and this is where you unlock your artifact weapon traits and everything like that. So I figured I'd show you guys what the traits are, and also some of the different variations of the color for the artifact weapon, and also the different models that it can look like. So there it is right there. So the artifact weapon, I think that the arms warrior artifact weapon, me and Artunius, who's another warrior in my guild, were talking about this earlier. And I think the artifact weapon for arms warriors really unlocks more potential from the class than any other artifact weapon or anything like that in the entire game right now, in my opinion, at least. At least like everything I've gone through, a lot of the things it can do, that you get out of this artifact weapon are extremely powerful. Like that defensive stance thing, battle cry, recklessness, whatever the fuck they're calling it today, and it's going to be different tomorrow. Whatever it is, basically your cooldown that basically makes you like all your attacks crits. Whenever you have that up, it makes it to where like nothing costs rage. That's really, really cool. Then there's that one, Battle Cry. That's the recklessness thing, and radiates energy. And so basically people just take more damage. Mortal Strike is a 20% chance to reset the cooldown on Colossus Smash. That's really, really strong, especially with the, I think it's called Mortal Combo, but it's basically the Wombo Combo talent where you have 2 charges of Mortal Strike, which allows you, because Mortal Strike is obviously like your big ability, so it allows you to get 2 Mortal Strikes for sure inside one Colossus Smash. Very, very good. And also kind of allows like a little bit more play and like, decision making in your rotation. So anyway, that's what the artifact weapon traits are, and here are the different, I guess like the looks it can have, and I like that one right there. It's got the little that little shit spinning around. I like that the fell thing looks really good. Now my personal favorite is the last one that we're going to be looking at here, and I think I remember seeing a picture on Reddit. With that what do you call it, with that model there. I thought that was really funny. If you guys saw it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, the Wrath's Edge is probably my favorite here because it's just like kind of, it's got skulls on it. I mean, like, come on guys, let's be real. So anyway, I guess like the I think I like the blue one the most, but I wish they gave it more of like a Naxxramas-y look. I don't know. It looks really cool, but I think it could look even cooler. So I think that they are going to be adding more artifact weapon visuals in the future. But anyway, that's pretty much what we've got to look at right now. There's what the weapon looks like. I really like the size of it, and all that kind of stuff. I think it's really great. So I'm probably going to show you guys some gameplay with Arms Warrior and talents, abilities, everything like that in a couple of days. But until then, this is what you got. So thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.